Right, what we're going to be doing tonight is we're going to be doing some crystal ball gazing, fortune telling as it's known. We're going to do a bit of palm reading, and we're also later on be conducting a séance to try to contact the dead. It's a bit like trying to get served when Ray's behind the bar. Now then, do you know, I haven't always been a psychic. No. I used to be a prostitute. But I mean, time's getting on, isn't it? You know, and I'm not getting any younger. And when the only thing you're using for protection in December is a bus shelter, you know it's time to find something else. Besides, it's always been a bit difficult being a prostitute in Tipton. So, I mean, most of the girls around here, they just give it away anyway. It didn't affect me though. I've got quite a sort of specialised niche market. I can offer a little something that the other girls can't. Do you know what I mean? And it's nice to see so many familiar faces in here tonight. Gentlemen, Phil, how are you doing? Oh dear. Dave, all right? You all right, Dave? Do you remember our song? Needle in a haystack? Oh, no, but I shouldn't really, should I? I shouldn't. Oh, it'd be naughty. I tell you though, it's always been a bit embarrassing being a prostitute because, you know, when you come in to fill in your forms and things like that, you know, I don't like to put occupation prostitute or hooker. It's not really very nice. So I just write anything in. Well, on my tax return, I wrote, oh, I'm a chicken farmer. Well, that was a mistake. The taxman rings me up. And he says, Ms. Gender? I said, yes. He said, I've been doing some checks, and you don't own a chicken farm. You've got no outgoings relating to chickens and raising chickens. He says, I don't believe you are a chicken farmer. I said, how dare you? How dare you? I said, I'll have you know, I raised over 1,000 cocks last year. It's a lot better now. I went up the DSS. I don't think the lad there was the full ticket. He said, so what do you do? I said, I'm a paranormal. So he put me on disability benefit. But I'm not complaining. It's an extra £27 a week and a Motability car. Well,
the soles of the feet.
Are you looking at my feet?
No.
Darren Newell?
Sorry, love.
I never knew you'd got a foot fetish. I'd have charged you extra. There are some similarities, though, between being a prostitute and being a psychic. It's still £10 for a palm job. I like that one as well, very. And what was the other thing? It's £10 for a palm job. Oh, that's right. I still spend a lot of time gazing into balls, waiting for something to come. Now, I first got into this. Does anyone know Derek Acora?
Yeah.
Derek Acora, from Britain's Most Haunted. Oh, I tell you what, he's a wonderful man. So insightful. Such vision. Well, I went to see his show in Liverpool, and after the show, I went round the back for him to sign me Ouija board. Well, we get talking, you know how it is, and he says, I've got a gift, and I'd like to see my gift in you. So he invites me back to his hotel room. Well, there's him, and there's a couple of his minders and his manager. And he says, shall we conjure up the spirits? So I prepare myself to converse with the dead, and he opens the minibar. Well, I don't normally drink, but after 3 gin and tonics, some Martels and 5 Bacardi Breezers, well, I can't remember what happened next. I woke up naked on his bed, covered in ectoplasm. I didn't know it was ectoplasm until Derek explained it to me. Funny though, it smelled like fish. Well, I said, what happened? Did the spirits come? He said, well, you were entered by several souls. I said, did they come from the other side? He said, very nearly. So from that day to this, I've been practicing my sort of my act. Now, we're going to start. I was going to do a Ouija board, but we wanted tonight to be quite a light-hearted night. You know how it is. I mean, and a Ouija board is one of the dark arts. Now, I was doing a private reading for Ray earlier, because he consults me on all his major decisions, you know. What dresses to wear, what makeup to buy. That's true, isn't it, Ray? And he says he wanted to know what's going to happen to him next year. Well, so we consulted the Ouija board. And the marker went to D. Then it moved to I. And then it moved to E. And Ray went white. He started crying like a baby, though, when it moved to T. Now, I need, first of all, a woman who was very receptive to the other side. You know the sort of woman I'm talking about, don't you? Now, I could do with a bit of light reading. I could probably do with a blonde, but let me have a look. No, I'm drawn to this lady down here. I'm drawn to you. Would you help me? Oh, please, take a seat. Take a seat here. Now, can we have a big round of applause?
Yay!
Now, what's your name, love?
Deb.
And who are you here with, Deb?
Derry.
Derry. And is this your husband or your boyfriend?
Husband.
Oh, that's lovely. Now, I've got to give you a word of warning. A word of warning before we start. Now, I only say what I see. It's up to you to interpret it. I mean, one woman last week that I did a reading for, I said, I can see a lot of money coming your way. So, well, she was ever so excited. She got up and ran out the pub to tell her husband. She got run over by a Securicorps truck outside. It's up to you how you interpret it. Right then. When you were younger, I see an accident or something like that involving water. Does that make any sense to you? No. Well, it may be when you were very, very young and you can't remember. If when you get home, you can find someone older than you, no, forget that. There's an indication of a career in progress or a transition. This could be you or someone's career that affects you. For some reason, I'm seeing a blue car outside your door. Why would that be?
Probably because I own one.
She owns a blue car. I saw a blue car, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. I see the initials G and T. Do they mean anything to you?
No.
No. Oh. Well, you watch out for those, because if they don't mean anything for you right now, I'm sure they will in the future, right? Will you do that for me, Debbie? Oh, bless you. Now, you've got a need for other people to like and admire you. Yet you tend to be quite critical of yourself, is that right? Yes. While you have some personality weaknesses, you're generally able to compensate for them. You've got considerable unused capacity that you have not turned to your advantage. Disciplined and self-controlled on the outside, you tend to be worrisome and insecure on the inside. Is that right? At times, you have serious doubts as to whether you make the right decisions or you've done the right thing. You prefer a certain amount of change and variety, and you become dissatisfied when hemmed in by restrictions and limitations. Is that right? Yes. You also pride yourself as an independent thinker and don't accept other statements without satisfactory proof. Is that right?
Yes!
But you found it unwise to be too frank in revealing yourself to others. I know. You're stunned by the accuracy, aren't they? Oh, but what's this? Oh, there's no easy way to tell you this. Prepare to be a widow. Your husband is going to die a violent and terrible death this year. There's good news though. You'll be acquitted.